Supercars Sessions, we're going to take a little change of pace today and welcome in our Dunlop Super2 runners, which includes John McCorkadale, who stepped up from Super 3 to Super 2 as well. Well done, John. We've got Josh Fife here, Jay Robotham, Zach Best, Matt McLean. Pretty good bunch of drivers to have a chat to here on Thursday. A little bit of E-Series involvement here as well. I'm going to start with you, John, because you're the new guy in Super 2, so cool place to start. You got the team shirt on. How's lockdown life treating you? Because I know that your one guy's been able to keep a bit of work coming in, which is good.
Apart from not going to the pub or going out, I've pretty much stayed working the whole time. Most of my jobs are middle of nowhere, so pretty lucky in that sense. You know, there's a lot of people in this area that still can't work. So, no racing, no gym, no pub, but yeah, off to work still.
The big news for you is stepping up into Super 2 with the next Gary Rogers car. How did you find the process of moving into the new car, but also selling the old car? Because I'm quite curious as to how you sell a supercar.
Oh, look, it was pretty random actually. It was advertised from a couple of years ago, and I got a text asking if I would like to sell it. And essentially, it was a pretty quick process because between round one and round two, it was only about 4-week period of selling the old car and picking up the new one. And essentially, we had to drop one off to Queensland and pick one up in Victoria in the middle of 2 rounds. So it was not too bad. The people that bought it were great to deal with. It was more the logistics because I'm in New South Wales and going both ways and getting set up. And then secondly, picking up the new car, painting it, prepping it, and getting ready for round two was, pretty difficult. Big couple of months for sure.
Nice work. Josh Fife, check in with you, buddy. You're in the ACT at the moment. How's life in Canberra going?
Yeah, in lockdown here as well. So, just been training a lot. I actually got in the go-kart just before lockdown, so that was good. But other than that, just been training and just simming. So no, it's been good.
Life away from the racetrack for you. What sort of stuff do you do in training to try and keep fit?
I do a lot of running and mountain bike riding. I like to do mountain bike riding because I feel like it's similar to racing. I guess you have to always stuff like moves really quick, so you always have to keep your mind thinking. So I feel like it's similar to racing. So I do that a fair bit, and also set up a bit of a home gym here at home because obviously the gyms are not open. So just been doing a bit of home gym and lots of running. Really enjoying my running at the moment. So just been running and mountain bike riding. Nice
work. Jay Robotham, northern suburbs of Melbourne for you today. How's life with the family? They've got the family bakery around the corner. Is that surviving lockdown okay?
Yeah, that's all good. They're still working pretty hard. So I'm actually working in sunshine at the moment, doing photography for Melbourne City Toyota. So I've been keeping busy a little bit, but my days off and at home are pretty boring. Just training on the sim and watching Netflix, I think. So that's about it.
What's the tip to taking good car photos?
Just the lighting, I reckon. I don't know. We have a turntable in there, so it's pretty easy. It's pretty chill, so keeps me busy, which is good.
I've been out to your house before. It's a very quirky little setup you got there. You've got plenty of animals in the backyard. What animals are you guys running at the family home at the moment?
So we got a couple of alpacas. We have a goat, a few dogs, cats, and chickens. That's about it at the moment. But since you've been here, we renovated the whole house. We extended it as well, so it's a bit different now. But yeah.
Nice work. I'm going to check in with Matt McLean, staying with the Melbourne theme at the moment. You're one part race car driver, one part muso. How's the music thing going for you at the moment with lockdown? I can't imagine that's a good thing for artists.
Yeah, it's been a shame with lockdown, Chad, because it means that we can't get together, play gigs or even practice. So normally every Monday we'd go to the studio, and that's sort of the time every week that I'd allocate to my band. And that now we're no longer obviously able to do because we're in lockdown. So I've just been spending it all working on my racing stuff. We have had a release recently, a single for the Crookeds called State of Panic. It's out now on all platforms, so those who haven't heard it. And so we pumped that out. So that's been a little bit good because we've had some stuff in the background to work on with that. We do have some new songs coming out on an EP as well, which will be a few weeks away. So there's a little bit of background stuff that can go on, but it's a shame because, we want to be out there playing gigs on weekends and whatnot, and we're not racing and we're unable to do that. But there's still been plenty of stuff to do during lockdown on the racing front. So I've been keeping busy, which is good.
Yeah, nice. You popped up in the E-Series in the last couple of Wednesdays, which has been pretty cool. I like this because you have a sponsor that can translate into the music world as well.
Yeah, so we got Shaw on board for this E-Series, which is pretty awesome. So Shaw is a company we use in the Crookeds for microphones and monitor speakers and stuff like that, headphones and all that. So yeah, they're the best in the industry, really. And yeah, I mean, we swear by their microphones, we wouldn't use anything else. So yeah, it's been a pretty cool opportunity to integrate them into my E-Series program. So I'm using their podcast mic, the Shure MV7, and I'm also using their headset, which is absolutely awesome. It's really good because obviously you've got surround sound, so you can hear where everyone is around you without having to look in your mirrors. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's been a pretty cool opportunity, and we've got Track Racer on board for that as well, and both of which are going to be integrated into my real life DS2 campaign as well, which is pretty cool. So it's awesome to have Supercars create the opportunity to do this E-Series, whether we can then translate those sponsors onto real life. And it's been awesome with Track Racer as well, because I've never actually had a simulator before. I've only had this crappy steering wheel bolted to the desk and the floor. So to have a rig provided, a few rigs provided from Track Racer has been absolutely awesome.
We always have, well, typically when we have events the way we like to have them, we have music and supercars together. Any chance we can get the Crookeds to play maybe Gold Coast 600 or one of the big events?
Oh, it's funny you say that, mate. Watch this space.
Okay. I know you're always wheeling and dealing. What's the dream event? What's the dream event for you to go play at?
Oh, dream event for, I don't know, probably just sell out a stadium somewhere, to be honest. Okay. As for supercars, obviously the Gold Coast would be the best event to play at. And especially this year, if it were going to happen when it was supposed to happen, and we have the gala the next, hopefully after that, and everyone's at the Gold Coast just really partying and having a good time, it probably would be the ideal event to play at. I think Adelaide could have been cool as well, but I don't know what's going to happen with that in the near future. But yeah, as for the band itself, I think just selling out a stadium and their own somewhere would be an incredible opportunity.
That's cool. All right, let's bring Zach in. We'll go to Benalla next and bring Zach through. How's work away from Supercars going for you at the moment, mate? What have you been up to since Townsville?
Well, I'm actually working around the corner from home at the moment, so Mum picked me up from site and bring me around to do this. But yeah, no, we haven't stopped at all. Like the whole pandemic, we haven't stopped at all, so we can keep working. We're just in people's backyards or just out in sites by ourselves, so there's no real interfering. Just can't really do like roller doors and stuff inside people's garages or inside work at their houses. Other than that, just on the sim.
Just on the sim? You're going to do any E-Series stuff?
Yeah, I can't remember what round I'm doing. I'm doing a round somewhere. I'll pop up somewhere.
Mostly I get it wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I get told to do it, I'll do it.
I saw a bit of news getting around about Alex Premer, and hopefully they're going to be able to bring him in for Bathurst this year if and when we get all this happening. Have you been put on standby or anything like that? Have you been told that there's an opportunity that would pop up if Alex wasn't able to come into the country?
Oh, I wish. I don't know. I haven't been told anything. I'll find out if it happens, I guess.
Let's talk about Townsville, buddy, because you had an absolute awesome weekend up there. Once you see a guy like Brock Feeney get signed to Red Bull, does that give you confidence to go, I can beat that guy, I can run with that guy, that you could also, get a main game gig in the next couple of years?
And it just gives you more incentive to beat him because he's the guy that's seen ready to step up. So just bigger target on his back and just go out every session and do everything you can to beat him. That's basically it. What's
the consensus amongst the group here about the news with Brock Feeney this week? You all share the racetrack with him. Josh, what are your thoughts on Brock getting the Jamie seat?
Yeah, no, good on him. He put himself in the right position. He obviously had that big target on his back at Townsville. Like you saw on like Speed Cafe and stuff. Like he was the hot favourite, and under pressure he delivered. I guess he won the 2 rounds. So yeah, good on him.
Only just the last round, though.
I think the racing in Townsville, particularly that second week, was actually really strong. It had a tough ending. A few of you guys were caught up in some incidents. Joe, you had that obvious one in the first Townsville. Is the car okay off the back of that one?
Yeah, they're putting a lot of work in. So we're lucky to have Erebus behind the team. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but these things happen. So yeah, hopefully I can move on at the next round. It was good that we got back out for the second weekend. Sort of just, got it off my back and, moved on. So, hopefully next round we're all good to go.
And Maddie, how about Eggleston? Obviously, they had a couple of wounded cars for an incident that was none of their own fault. But what's the state of those two cars like now?
Yeah, so yeah, it was obviously a bit of a wrong place at the wrong time with those crashes, and both myself and Jack Perkins ended up in that. Obviously, because Zach got sent, and then I got sent into that crash, and then obviously had Declan Fraser and Jack Perkins crashing to me. And yeah, I mean, between the two cars, there's one hell of a lot of damage, and the team stayed up all night to get it done, to get the cars turned around, and the engineers had about an hour sleep, and the rest of the people were up all night. So yeah, I mean, they've still had a lot of work to do back at the shop. I mean, the cars were, honestly, they did a really good job to get them basically as good as they would be ever overnight at Townsville. But there was still a few things to do basically when the cars got back to Melbourne. So there's been plenty of time for them to get that done now. And yeah, I mean, like, I'm not sure when exactly we're going to be racing next based off how everything's going at the moment. So, I mean, there's plenty of time to still finish it, although I think the cars will finish the week they got back anyway.
John, we don't really know where the calendar's going at the moment, obviously, because of all the COVID reasons. Anywhere that you want to race when we get back to getting back on track?
Bathurst is like 40 k's down the road, so that'd be nice for me. But to be honest with you, mate, I don't mind either. I reckon they could run at Wakefield, they could run it anywhere. I'd be there. So I think it's just a matter of us getting on track, keeping our sponsors happy, whether that's in Wakefield, Bathurst, or in Melbourne. It doesn't really matter. We just need to get on track.
Anyone wildcard hunting at the moment? We've obviously had Tom Randall and Kurt Kostecki out there doing a couple of wildcards this year. Any chance either of you guys popping up for a main game race anytime soon?
You mean this year or next year?
I will.
This year, next year? What do you reckon?
Next year? Oh, well, as usual, mate, always something in the works, trying to progress forward and get things in line. So yeah, I mean, if there's anyone in here that isn't working on something like that, then that'd be a bit disappointing. But yeah, I mean, I think we're all probably working on. Can't speak for everyone, of course, but I know that I'm always working on something in the background, trying to align myself for future opportunities. So yeah, can't say too much yet, obviously, but yeah, always working on it.
Josh, KGR, Kelly Grove Racing, have a really good relationship with Matt White Motorsport with the Nissan connection. Is there an opportunity there to do a bit of work with those guys anytime soon?
I've actually never spoken to them before, so I've actually probably my main contact is Brad. I still talk to him, still go into the garage during race weekends and sit on their debriefs and stuff. So yeah, I get Brad's probably my closest contact. He's helped me with probably most of my career in cars. So yeah, he's probably my closest person.
Seems to be a lot of talk about the BJR seats coming up for next year as well. That seems to be a pretty exciting spot. It'd be cool to see BJR back in Super 2 as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure they have a few juniors coming up. So yeah, I'm sure they'll have someone in their cars probably next year or the year after. So they run a great program. Everyone in the team there is really good and really helpful. Yeah.
Jay, Erebus obviously throw their weight around rookies. We've seen that with Will Brown and Brady Kostecki getting some pretty cool opportunities. How are you fitting into their junior program at the moment?
Yeah, it's gone really good. I try to get down there as much as I can. I do a lot of training on the sim there, working pretty closely with the engineers. So yeah, just trying to get some good habits to get back into the real car. So yeah, it's good that we've sort of joined that program and aligned.
We've been talking about the potential for the new Mustang and the ZB to find its way back into Super 2. John, you've just gone and bought a car. What are your thoughts about the old cars from Supercars coming in, and how does that position a little family team like you guys?
Look, in the process of buying our car, we obviously put the feelers out with ZBs and Mustangs and what was going to happen. I think the biggest issue right now is these cars are quite collectible, and there isn't going to be 24 cars exactly for sale to move down into Super 2. So I guess the biggest thing is, depending on how many cars want to come down, whether they transition, where they make the ZBs and Mustangs the same speed as the current cars, which is like, I would actually prefer that. So you've got essentially 30 cars on the same pace, or they do the split thing with the Super 2, Super 3 thing. I guess it depends on the amount of cars coming down. But me personally, I'd like to see 30 cars all the same pace. But I can understand why they want the Mustangs and the ZBs quicker, because they want people to buy them. So I wouldn't like to be in Supercars position, but either way, I think we'll be on the grid.
Zach, for your year next year, coming up 2022, since it's been such an interrupted year this year, would you like to do another year of Super 2 and stick with Tickford to just try and have a full campaign put together?
I don't know. Anything's possible, really. Like if I had the opportunity to go to main game, I wouldn't hang around Super 2. But yeah, anything's possible. Just you don't know what's going to happen in the way the world is at the moment. So yeah, but wouldn't say no to main game. That's for sure.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, awesome, guys. Good to catch up. Nice to be able to get Zach out of work for an hour. Your mum can take you back, mate.
Going back to lunch
break, mate.
Right. Lunch, and then you can maybe stretch that into afternoon tea, and then just take the rest of the day off at that point, I reckon.
Yeah, pretty much.
You still getting paid for this?
Yeah,
that's good.
And the business.
That's right. This is my second job, so it counts.
Well done. Good to see you on the E-Series for those who are going to be popping up, and good luck for the rest of the year. Hopefully we get some racing in.
Thanks, Chad.
you.
Thanks for the
Thank
chat.
you.
Nice chat.
Have a good one.
Yeah.